Hello, everyone. I'm Infamous Kid, and welcome to Overwatch. So, this will be like the 100th take of me doing this. So, after numerous failures to record this video, I'm hoping that this is the one. But all I gotta say is, you probably guessed from the title of this video. Yes, this is me on my experience trying Overwatch out for the first time. Now, I should say this, guys, because this is a bit of an asterisk with me saying this in the title, is that I technically tried Overwatch back when it was still Overwatch 1, way back when, because I actually had a friend in college who would hold a lot of people that he would ran into, whether he knew them or not. We would end up eventually becoming friends. Like, I wouldn't say we're close, but like, eventually he wore my ass down to actually trying it. And now, the way that he ended up going about doing this is that he saw that I had brought my controller with me to play some small games while we wait for our different classes. And by the way, guys, if you're wondering what my major is I actually went to school for game design. And so did my friend. Like, we were both in the same course, but he was doing things a little bit differently for me. Like, I was taking on 2 to 3 classes. He was actually doing his classes one at a time, just so he doesn't feel any direct burnout from being overwhelmed from the information. But yeah, I get it. But I digress. The way that my friend would end up giving me to try Overwatch is we would do this thing that was like two inputs, one device, where he would play on M&K while I play controller, and we would operate on his computer as like a singular unit. And it was fairly fun. It was a bit goofy because like sometimes we would swap around on where or not we were what we were doing. So sometimes he would do aiming and shooting with M and K, and I would do the walking around. And one day we were finally getting some synergy going for it, and then we got busy. Well, I got busy because I needed to work on my school stuff. He gamed in class. But here's the thing: even though he gamed in class, it wasn't that he wasn't listening either, because he did hear some things that the teacher said, and so from then on, I kind of just brushed off Overwatch a little bit because I was like, it's an okay game, maybe not necessarily my cup of tea, but trying it for myself without my friend being down my throat, it's a bit better. It was a bit better of an experience. And it also feels good to not have a gun pointed at my head while playing the damn game either, too. Because the way that man would try to get everybody in that fucking school to play Overwatch with him was ridiculous. And if you guys are wondering how the hell did he manage to play Overwatch while at school, he bought a VPN. Plain and simple, he bought a VPN. But what are my experiences now that I've tried Overwatch? So I would end up trying Overwatch again for the first time as Overwatch 2. And listen, guys, I'm just gonna like get this band-aid off because I know this is a bitter pill that you guys have to deal with now. All I'm gonna say is I would have actually gotten to Overwatch a lot quicker if they did go through with their plans to make a campaign mode. But listen, y'all, they already said, and I've heard the explanation, and I've kind of called bullshit on devs that do this too because there's actually a mobile phone game that I played where they actually do like continuous stories for whatever they have, and they've actually abruptly had to end some of their stories because some of the original development team that worked on those stories are no longer at the company. Some of the people in those teams are no longer at the company, and they just don't want to feel like they can continue the work of their peers without them because they knew what the fuck they were doing, and I respect them for it. But at the same time, people want some fucking closure. And like that, but that's just life though. Like some shit doesn't always go in everybody's favor, and as a game designer myself, I can personally tell you that seeing how the devs at Blizzard are, that they are 100% fucking nerds, like true gaming nerds, comic book nerds, every nerd in between. Like, guys, they are on the same page as you. They didn't want to not have to give you guys a fucking story mode. But this is the world they live in. Shit happens, development changes courses in ways that not even they wanted to go along with. But that's the reality of it. No game developer ever wants to give their community a bad game. No one. And if they release a bad game and they think it's great, well, that they think it's great to them. That's all I can say. They think the game they made is great to them. But as for the elephant in the room on what was my experience, now I can finally talk about it. My experience with Overwatch, trying it for the first time, like going from your Halloween event, because that's when I went like end up trying, is I played the game, played the main game, then I saw your little Halloween event that you guys had going on, and I thought, oh, this is really cool. I like this. By the way, I'm what you guys in this community would call a flex player. Like when I get into a game, guys, I actually start looking up information on it as quickly as possible. I would have called myself a hybrid player because I'm a variety of is the spice of life kind of guy because I ain't a boring ass basic ass bitch. Although some of you guys would say my choices for my mains are a little boring, especially since I already said that I'm a controller player. And yes, I'm aware that controller on PC for Overwatch has no aim assist, but seeing some of the cheater videos, I don't think taking aim assist out excuses the fact that the cheaters have figured out a way to still aimbot you guys. So yeah, lucky at how that's worked out for you. But that's neither here nor there. Um, as far as I'm concerned, Overwatch is a really cool, really fun game from the perspective of somebody who's new and willing to give it a shot. Like genuinely, I've had a blast playing it, and I think I'll continue to keep playing it along with the other games that I still care about. Because there was never a moment while playing Overwatch where I don't think I was like really tilted or upset. Now, I will say this from the community that when it was dying and now are starting to come back because the devs finally decide to refresh, this is showing how two-faced you guys are. Because when I was playing Overwatch and I was getting into it during the Halloween event, all my teammates were like, "Bro, why are you so bad? Why are you doing so XYZ in this? Like you're playing a support. Can you please heal us?" And I just told them, "Yo, I'm new." Like literally, I typed in chat. I'm like, "I'm new. I literally just started playing," and immediately everybody's reaction in the chat is, "Welcome to Overwatch." And I'm just like, brother, yeah, like the two-faced nature of this community is really showing. And it's showing even more with them fucking Steam reviews. Like I get it, guys. Like majority of the player base plays on the. I heard that you guys play on the launcher. I play on Steam. I could give the launcher a shot, but the fact of the matter is that y'all are so fucking two-faced. It's actually unreal. And the Steam reviews now, I've heard that supposedly the Steam reviews might be got an equal amount of negative reviews along with their positive reviews just so they could keep the hype away from Overwatch. But guys, if you truly cared, instead of worrying about that damn promise that they broke, if you guys truly cared, you would be excited to see the game that you love finally get some new life that it so graciously deserves. Me as a new player, I think it deserves its second life that it's getting. And more importantly, like while I think I'm majority going to be a Marvel Rivals content creator, well, maybe I could just show off a little bit of me playing Overwatch, but it probably is going to be boring content, guys, because for me, I tried to get my friends to play Overwatch with me, and unfortunately, one of my friends who was a diehard Overwatch fan, he went and said that he no longer cares because he was hurt by what they did. He was a part of the group of people who was hurt by what they did with the no story thing. But also, another one of my friends who would totally be down for Overwatch, he went and said that he actually enjoys in games like Overwatch, like playing as a tank. And his first time trying Overwatch, he actually said he ended up hating it because he actually felt like playing as a tank was brutal. He thinks playing as a tank in Marvel Rivals is actually more fun. And you know what the crazy thing is that my friend's idea of a tank in games like Overwatch and Rivals is being a fucking unstoppable juggernaut that you have to like probably get the whole team to take down, which is ironic to me because that was literally what the devs were going for with 5v5 in Overwatch. From what I'm given to understand on the history that I've picked up on, the devs want to go for 5v5 to make the tanks feel like juggernauts because if there's two tanks, you can't have two juggernauts uh, on the field. But at the same time, I'm also a man of Halo, and for us Halo people, while we will never tell you it, our thing is let it rain chaos, baby. And holy shit, you guys could use a little bit more chaos in those character kits. But you know, it's neither here nor there. I can't really say much on it other than I've had a fun time playing Overwatch, and I'll still play it. I'm still gonna play it here and there. But yeah. I'm thankful for anybody who sees this video. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. And if you guys would like to see me play Overwatch with being this is my first time playing a game with no aim assist on controller. Also, I'm a guy who does custom binds because I always hate the defaults in every fucking game I touch. So, just saying. And yeah. I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I am usually live Monday through Friday on my Kick account, on my Kick live streams. I actually have a Discord because I'm finally putting together a Discord for people to join. If anybody wants to join it, when I finally have it ready, because I'm trying to make a few small tweaks. It's technically ready right now, but I'm trying to make a few more adjustments to making it a little bit better. And one more thing, guys, before I go away, because this is something that I actually want to get off my chest real quick. I have been working on a special calculator app for Marvel Rivals, and technically, uh, I was ready to release it, but after something that happened with the game, which is the recent update with the buffs and nerfs, because I had just finished categorizing every single character in the game, I now have to redo everybody's damage values for the whole thing. And on top of that, I now have to include Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, and Ben Grimm, the Thing. So that calculator app is no longer a thing. And the reason why I was putting together a calculator app is because what I learned is that there was this video that I had found. I might link it in the description. But there was this video I found of somebody who looked up or who was doing a test to see if damage boosts stack in Marvel Rivals, and they do, but they don't stack the physical damage value. They stack on top of the damage boost value. So, like, if you get damage boosted from a rocket and a Luna Snow, their damage multipliers are added together before being applied to your damage. And so I wanted to make an app that was makes things a little bit easier for people to actually see this, but because of the buffs and nerfs and the fact that the game devs actually don't show all of the melee values because some characters their default primary fire is melee and some actually have a backup melee attack that they all have. For me, this makes this extremely hard to calculate because they don't tell you what their base melee values are. And also, here's the thing, guys. What I learned is that some characters that have a team up ability, if you're the team up anchor, that damage boost also applies to your melee. So when I was questioning why people said Spider-Man's melee was 25 damage, but then when I looked in game and saw that his melee was actually doing a little bit past 25, which should have been like one chunk of health off of your meter. It's because his damage boost from his team up anchor with Squirrel Girl was actually buffing him, his melee, to do 75.5 damage instead of 25 with a single punch. So, yeah. I'm actually trying to do this without the team up abilities, but Marvel Rivals, if you guys could please, for the love of God, add add a freaking damn it a stat to your website on what all the characters' base melees in the game are, that would be very appreciative. But it's whatever. At some point, I'll figure it out.
No position is insurmountable. A taste of poison. Be nourished.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Receive my aid. I offer something more. This ends. Surrender to my will. Enemy located. take it too easy. Dealt with cynics
Personne
before.
n'échappe à mon regard.
Receive my aid. This ends now. Repairing your cellular makeup. Disrupting. It's go time.
不许走！看到你，
Now, to start anew.
Thank you.
Big stanger left. Evolution is a painful path to war. Surrender to